With the success of the ParaPan Am Games, Toronto has moved toward being more accessible. But critics say beyond the new venues built for the Games, much of our city remains hard to navigate for people with mobility issues. As Shannon Martin explains, children with disabilities need to be better included.
It's one of the few places in the GTA where every child is accepted.
The best part about Variety Village is going on the after-go course. You can bring kids without disabilities there. They can go in the field house, swimming, and even in the Burrell Center where they get to watch movies.
Alex Morrison is one of 1,200 kids who attend summer camp at Variety Village.
We don't turn anybody away, so we'll have kids with special needs working closely with kids who don't have special needs.
A philosophy Toronto recently shared on the world stage as host of the Pan Am and ParaPan Am Games. But this week at Centerville, a North Bay family reported a drastically different experience. Shayna Desjardins posted that her 4-year-old son was turned away because of his disability. He has spina bifida and uses a wheelchair. On Facebook, she wrote, if he couldn't stand to measure him, he couldn't ride, a violation of her son's rights as a person with a disability. Centerville says it stands by its employee and takes great pride in being as accessible as possible.
Sometimes it can really suck because you really want to do something and you can't.
15-year-old Cam Purdy can relate. He says he often relies on the kindness of strangers.
Even if you're in a wheelchair, that doesn't mean you can't do something if people tell you you can't do stuff. You can always find another way of doing something.
It's a message more Toronto businesses and tourist attractions need to hear.
We have been urging the government for 2 years to use the ParaPan American Games and the Pan American Games as an opportunity to leverage more accessibility in our community, not just in the stadiums. The government unfortunately didn't listen.
A reality that makes field trips rare for these Variety Village campers, but they still have plenty of fun and games where everyone can take part.
And plenty of positive energy to go along with it. Shannon, we know that CNE starts tomorrow. What about it and other tourist attractions like Wonderland?
Right, so we talked to CNE and Wonderland today. They have accessibility policies in place to make sure whoever wants to ride can do so safely. Centerville also has a policy, but advocates say, writing down rules only goes so far. Unfortunately, government cutbacks mean there are fewer enforcements out there.
Thank you, Shannon.
You're welcome.